Hello. In this video, we're going to take a look at a problem that involves both the product and the quotient rule. So here we have f of x equals, in the numerator we have the product of 5x squared plus 1 and 2x minus 3 all over 4x plus 7. So this one, assuming that we don't multiply out that numerator before we take the derivative, this problem as it stands will require both the product and the quotient. But overall, this is a quotient, so that's what we're going to start with. So our quotient rule, remember, is the bottom times the derivative of the top, and I'm going to just leave this as the derivative of the top minus the top times the derivative of the bottom, so 4x plus 7, that derivative is just a 4, all over the bottom squared. So we haven't done all of our derivatives yet. We still need to take the derivative of that numerator, but it's going to require the product rule. So I'm going to kind of go over off to the side here. 5x squared plus 1 times 2x minus 3. So that derivative is going to be the first 5x squared plus 1 times the derivative of the second, which is 2, plus the second 2x minus 3 times the derivative of the first. 5x squared plus 1, that derivative is going to be 10x. And so I'm going to simplify this a little bit before I put it in there. Go ahead and distribute that 2, distribute that 10x. So we'll get 10x squared plus 2 plus 20x squared minus 30x. Combining like terms, we get 30x squared minus 30x plus 2. So we are going to replace that in our function. So we have 4x plus 7 times that derivative we just found, which was 30x squared minus 30x plus 2 minus, I'm going to go ahead and distribute this 4 to everything in that second set of parentheses. I am going to have to multiply this all out. But if I distribute those two, multiply those last two, we'll get 8x minus 12. And this is all still over 4x plus 7, quantity squared. So now we're done with all the calculus. All we have left to do is the algebra. So I'm going to go ahead and expand this numerator as much as possible. So if I multiply that out, 4x times 30x squared is 120 x cubed. 4x times negative 30x is negative 120 x squared. And 4x times 2 is 8x. If we distribute the 7, we're going to get plus 210x squared minus 210x plus 14. I'm going to run out of space here. Now we need to multiply. I'm going to go ahead and put minus and then open parentheses because I do want to subtract this whole thing. Distribute 5x squared to 8x minus 12, and we get 40x cubed minus 60x squared, and then distributing 1 to both of those, we get plus 8x minus 12. This is all still over 4x plus 7, quantity squared. Okay, we can combine like terms up here at the front just a little bit. We'll get 120x cubed. We have negative 120x squared and a positive 210x squared. So that's going to give us a positive 90x squared. and then 8x and negative 210x gives us negative 202x plus 14. We want to distribute this negative to each of the terms in the parentheses there, so minus 40x cubed plus 60x squared minus 8x plus 12. Again, that's all still over our denominator squared, 4x squared plus 7 squared. And so combining like terms here at the end, 120x cubed and negative 40x cubed is going to give us 80x cubed. 90x squared plus 60x squared is plus 150x squared. Negative 202x minus 8x gives us negative 210x. And 14 plus 12 is 26. So this problem might be a little intimidating to start out with, but really, as we see, if we look at the whole thing together, the main part of this problem is in the fact that it had a lot more algebra. It wasn't so much the calculus that was involved. We had two lines of calculus. We had a line of calculus here, and we had a line of calculus here. The only parts that required the actual calculus, the rest of it was just plugging into a formula and simplifying the algebra. The hardest part about calculus is the algebra in many cases. All right, I'll see you guys next time.